Hey everybody, I am Kate with CrateInsider.com, and today I'm here with Joe. And Joe, I'm going to go ahead and let you tell us, how do we pronounce your last name?
Beyea.
See, and I know a lot of us say Beyea, or it's just all across the board. I'm sure, has anybody ever really kind of got your name right over the years?
Only a few times, yeah. Not very often, but I tell most people, I've been called a lot worse, so.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I think we all have, whether we know it or not. So we're here today in the Beyea Headers booth, and been working with Joe for quite a while on the headers for modifieds and for dirt late models, for the 602s, the 604s, and so tell me a little bit about. Like with those 602s and 604s, what are you going for when you're trying to develop those products? Or how did those get developed?
Well, most often, it's obviously everybody's looking for as much power as they can possibly get, but we try to focus on, different applications, different racetrack sizes. Most often with the crates, we try to focus on, the most low-end torque that we can get for restarts. That seems to be what the crate market is asking for mostly. So we try to steer towards making as much power as we can, and also incorporating in the best restart that we can as well. So.
Well, and that's absolutely key. I know we're always looking for torque, and those restarts are just a critical component. It's the difference between winning and losing sometimes is a restart. And I've heard some great feedback from my customers telling me how happy they are with how much it picks up and how they can just take off. Now, tell me also, how did you end up being able to fit, how many chassis are on that list of modifieds? What are there, about 40, 50 chassis on your chassis list?
There's a lot, yeah. It just basically it took many years to get to that point. In the beginning, we come up with some designs that fit some general applications, and throughout the years, as people called with different kinds of chassis, we would have them take a few measurements for us and send me pictures, and I would just eyeball the chassis and see what I thought was going to fit on there the best. And for a long time, we would just send them, one that we already had made that I thought would work. And a lot of times it did. Times that it didn't, at least we had a reference to go off from of what adjustments I needed to make, on our header to get it to work on that car. It's been a struggle for many years to get as many headers as we have and get them all fitting, good.
Well, and it's amazing too, because I've had certainly some customers who have some custom chassis, and being able to work really closely with you, get a couple pictures from a customer and a couple of measurements, and you've been able to really, really step up, get them a header that fits great. So I'm happy, my customer's happy. So I just want to thank you for that. It's really been a help.
Yeah, that's basically what I strive for, is to make people happy. So that's what keeps selling stuff, and people have to like what they get and like the service that they get. So that's what keeps them coming.
Absolutely. Now, also, you have something else that's special on the dirt late model side. So if we switch gears from the modified side to the dirt late model side, I know that you have an inboard style. And I think that came from like the super late models that really wanted that, and now you've been able to translate that over to the crates as well, or is that how it developed?
Yes, quite a few years ago we had, like Scott Bloomquist had developed his car, set up for an inboard header, and we did some for Bart Hartman, and a few years later Rocket actually set their cars up so they would accept an inboard header, and as the years ticked on, Black Diamond and some other ones have set theirs up so they'll accept the same header, and it's just keeps it out of harm's way a little bit better, mostly on a crate car, and so we just went that route. The car was set up for it, so why not put it in there?
Absolutely. And then also you have some other special services too. So you don't just offer mild steel, you've got the stainless steel, and you can get stainless in a few different ways, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct, yep. Even in the modifieds, we offer them in the same thing in the stainless version. We have like 3 different ranges that we go for, kind of an economy setup where it's all stainless steel, but it's the manufacturing process. We actually use stainless steel MIG weld when we put it together. It's just faster in the production line, so we're able to save a guy a little bit of money there. Or if you want all the bells and whistles, want it to look really fancy, we have fully TIG welded, polished. For a few $100s more. If you want the bling, we've got that too.
Well, I do love shiny things. It's a running joke that I'm like a monkey and I like shiny things. So, with what's coming up? I mean, do you have some new things in development that you're ready to talk about?
I'm always working on the crate motor stuff. Continually. Just we have our own chassis dyno, and as time ticks on, I'm always thinking about how we can try to make things better. And I've got a 604 on there right now. We're trying some other stuff that's a little bit more upper RPM oriented power for some real big race tracks. So I haven't finalized anything there yet, but it's quite possibly we will end up having 2 different header setups for whether a guy's wanting more restart and more off the corner, or if he's hammered down all the time wanting more top end. So.
Well, that's really exciting. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for all the great work you do, and I'm really proud to be a dealer for Beyea Headers.
Thank you.
You can find Beyea products in our online store at CrateInsider.com. Just follow the link in the description. If you like what we're doing here, hit that subscribe button.